Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. I'm out for my morning walk here on the trails at Fort Clark Springs in Texas. It's early in the morning here, and it's nice and cool, about 70 degrees. No wind, dead calm. But what I want to touch on this morning is how do you housebreak an RVer that's RV institutionalized? Basically, what that means is I have lived in an RV so long, 25 plus years, that I have become RV institutionalized, and living in a home has been a difficult transition, or at least it was in November. Now, when I left and went out to Capitan, spent most of the summer, and then came back here at the end of August. Well, I decided I'd try living in the little home I have here at Fort Clark Springs. It's about 480 square feet. And so I did. I moved all my stuff in there, and have to tell you, this time maybe the old RVer is being housebroken, because so far so good. Getting a few things done, improving the place, and I don't know. You have to have it. I say you have to have. You do you, I do me. Basically, what I'm going to say is, for those of you that are out there on the road full-time RVing, and have been for years, like me, you're going to have to transition sometime to something, or your options are limited. In other words, you can continue full-time RVing indefinitely, as long as you have your health, etc. Or at some point you'll have to go to an RV park by the month. I don't like that option at all, but it depends on the RV park, and where you're parked, and a whole lot of variables there. But generally I'm not real fond of them, just because it's too many people in too small a space. But the other option, of course, is get you a home base and park your RV and live in the RV. That's one. Or find you a little tiny home somewhere like I've got, and hunker down, or kind of do a split, do both for a while and then gradually transition to the home full time. I don't know, we'll see how it's going. I'm just out here for a walk, and I just happened to think of this. So I thought, well, hell, good time to do a video while you're out walking. But isn't this nice? Sun coming up right in here. Really nice. And this is where I came from, back this way. But yeah, we'll continue now. We've had some rain, good rain here. And so naturally, along with the rain comes the little insects that can drive you nuts. But there's not many. There are mosquitoes here, but well, I haven't had one this morning, so that tells you something. But if I was wearing shorts and a short sleeve shirt, they might be having a picnic lunch on me. And I had a couple of suppliers contact me. One manufactures a 12-volt refrigerator for camping or tailgating, and they contacted me, and they said they're going to send me a 40-quart electric refrigerator for me to check out, so that's good. And then also there's another company going to send me a 1,000-watt, what do you call them? The little battery things with all the outlets on them, whatever they're called. It's like a Blue Eddy or thing, but it's just 1,000-watt. So I said, sure, send it. I'll take a look at it, because those two naturally go together. Because it would be possible, I don't know about going camping in the Chevy Bolt EV, but it might be possible to, well, I know it'd be possible to take, to go on trips for like picnics and stuff, because I'm not that far from Garner State Park and some really pretty areas of Texas. So that is certainly an option there. I could get a tent and do some things, but I, I don't think I'm geared up for tents, okay? Well, here I'm kicking rocks and all kinds of stuff here this morning. That's something else that happens as you get older. You have a tendency to want to drag your feet. So I practice picking my feet up, or try to. The reason is I'm 77 for some of you people that don't know that. But I walk every day. I exercise every day. I walk this morning, probably about 45 minutes, which is a little over 2 miles. And this trail here to where I turn around is almost exactly 1 mile. But I walk more by time than I do distance. I'm more concerned about time. I try to walk 40 minutes to an hour daily, and I usually exceed that because I'll go walking this morning for 40 minutes or more, and then I'll walk at noon, and then I'll walk at about 4 p.m. So, but I think exercise is a key to a lot of health issues. To avoid them, you need to get out and exercise. Diet's important, but again, I think number one is getting some exercise. It's so quiet. That's all mesquite, brush, trees. On this bench here, somebody had been putting some homemade things, and it just said take one. Well, somebody took all of them. You rarely see anybody out here, or I rarely see anybody out here early in the morning or any time that I'm walking. If I do see somebody, they're usually in a golf cart. And that's one of the reasons I got rid of mine, is because I could see myself using the golf cart instead of walking. No, we'll use our legs as long as we can. Right over here, you see that tower right in there? That's the Verizon cell phone tower. Do I get a good Verizon signal here? Yeah. I'm with Visible Wireless, which is owned by Verizon. They just changed their rate plans. Well, I think it's $30 for unlimited everything. I pay currently $25, including all taxes and fees, for unlimited everything. And I've got 2 phones and 2 phone numbers. RV institutionalized. Boy, I'm telling you. Last year in November when I bought that house and then moved in, I stayed in it about 2 weeks and moved right back to the RV. I thought, hell, no way, man. But this time, due to the fact that I had gotten a lot of things done in November, December, January last year, that I didn't have to fool with this time when I came back in August and the first part of September, which is right now. It just made the move much easier. I moved all my stuff in, all my kitchen stuff, you know what I mean. And you'd be surprised how much you accumulate or can accumulate in an RV. I bet I moved out 500 pounds worth of stuff. I'm not kidding you, man. But I like it. It's just a nice little one-bedroom home. I'll show you. I'll do a video of it here in a few days and kind of give you an update. I got a bookshelf coming in. I'll wait till I get that. You know, for me, that's a big item. I was going to get me a new recliner, but I backed out on that because to get a new recliner, I got to go to a furniture store in Del Rio or somewhere, because you can order them online, but I don't think I'd want to do that, because until you sit down in it and manipulate it, you really don't know what you've got. The one I have is an old one that somebody put out on the street to get rid of, and the realtor put it on the patio of my home, under the screened-in patio, and now I've moved it in the house. It's okay. It's just that the padding is gone. It squeaks, but once you get comfortable, it's okay. So, you know, I don't know. I may not get anything. There's a pretty plant here in bloom. It's all over this area. I'll show you. Here's one up here, a good example. I don't know what it's called. I call it blooming plant. Very scientific name. Yeah, you see that? It's pretty blooms, and they're really fragrant. So, having said that, yeah, it's a pretty blooming plant. It adds a lot of color here. See, in fact, down this road here, or this trail, you'll be able to see several of them down here. Yeah, there's several down this trail here. But anyway, on with the walk, Rusty. Keep your heart rate up. Whatever that means. The fact that I have a heart rate impresses me. But we'll go on up here till I make my turn. Whenever I'm out walking, I start listening to see how many different sounds I can hear. And usually I'll hear probably 5 or 6 different types of birds. And there's a rabbit just crossed my path up there. And also you'll hear, every now and then you hear the deer moving in the brush, because there's a lot of deer here, a lot. There's another one of those bloomers. Everything's so nice and green. Every now and then I stop and check my 6 o'clock position. Why? Just a good idea to check behind you, even though I'm not that paranoid. I just do it as a matter of habit. If you were walking on the face of an analog clock, you would be walking towards 12, and behind you would be 6. That's why they call it your 6 o'clock position. Yeah, there's trails everywhere. There's one going here. And then one going here. Have I walked those trails? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Covered a lot of them. There's several I haven't been on. You could just walk right out in that brush if you wanted to, if you had on some really good shoes and long pants and long sleeve shirt. You'd probably do okay. And as far as rattlesnakes and scorpions and spiders, there's none. I mean, I'm sure there's some here. I've been here close to a year. Well, I was gone for a while, but I've been here a few months. I haven't seen anything like that. So, you know, even though Texas has a reputation for having those things, man, I was born and raised here. I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen a rattlesnake in 77 years. Most of those were in New Mexico at Valley of Fires. I've seen 3 there. Well, here's my turnaround spot up here, guys. We'll put this thing out of its misery. Got me an electric vehicle. Can you believe it? Man, who would have ever thought? It just tickles the hell out of me. I mean, life is, you know, there's so many new things coming down the pike. I'm in Disney World. This is great for me. So from the intersection of creek and fence, in other words, if you go to the right, what fence is the fence that goes parallel to Highway 131, and left takes you to Morris Creek or something like that. Anyway, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and for those of you that are RV institutionalized like myself, well, as you get a little older, just plan yourself a little exit strategy and you're fine. Now, this is a major intersection here. That goes on down, I don't know, it goes a long way. I've been on it before. And then this goes over, of course, to the fence, which is the trail by Highway 131. And then if you go down this way, and we'll end right here, well, we won't either. That goes to the creek, and this goes back the way I'm going to go. So with that in mind, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. Use the Amazon link if you choose to. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy a little moment of peace and quiet whenever you can, guys. It means a whole lot to your sanity. Adios, bye-bye.